So, sales management focuses on the practical application of sales techniques in the management of a firm's sales operations. It is an important business function as net sales through the sale of products and services and resulting profit drive most commercial businesses. So, how is it beneficial for companies and businesses during this pandemic? During a period of time, there would be repeated orders from customers. So, thus, there is an easier prediction or assumption on the types of items that are being bought, which are mostly basic necessities. And being able to pick up e-commerce, which is especially popular during the pandemic, as more people shop online from home. This opportunity has allowed companies to be more accessible or think about the accessibility possibilities for greater sales probabilities with their customers. Unfortunately, sales management during the pandemic can backfire at times as well. So, sales are falling for most companies, especially those who are not providing basic necessities to the public, such as most retail stores, most retail outlets. Um, they basically have seen a steep drop in demand during the pandemic, especially during the circuit breaker and phase 1 periods, as people were told to stay home to keep the virus under control during for most companies. And this would render sales management to be of little or no use, as it would be difficult to tell what products and items have a relatively high demand due to the lack of purchases in general, making it difficult to make decisions on what items the company should increase their stock for. Also, items bought prior to the pandemic will probably be just add expenses to the company instead of being something for them to profit off.
Inventory management is a systematic approach on how inventory is being controlled for both raw products and finished products, such as crude oil, wood, as well as clothes. Inventory management is very useful as it allows us to have the right amount of inventories at the right time while the costs are being controlled, resulting in a higher profit and having a high efficiency. Having a good inventory management is very important and crucial, especially in tough situations like a pandemic, which in this case is the COVID-19. The benefits of having a good inventory management is that they can give a clear visualization of when the goods are needed to be reordered so as to not overorder the supply for goods, as the quantities or demands may decrease due to the COVID-19. Hence, this will prevent the goods from overflowing, which could drastically affect our profits, since the holding cost will be a little costly. Another benefit is that we can keep track of orders as well as the delivery of orders to prevent panics and harm when customers refund the product due to the pandemic. However, the disadvantages could be that since the company have a good inventory management, the warehouses could possibly have restocked and have newer goods. Therefore, because of the pandemic, competition to sell the goods are extremely high, which would cause them to sell their goods at a lower price. Therefore, this would mean that in order to stay in the competition, we will have to sell more newer goods at a cheaper price, resulting a loss of profit. Another disadvantage can be that the orders would be placed at irregular timings, making it harder to accurately pinpoint of when to order the supplies and restock.
add staffing issues, pre-existing orders that still need to be fulfilled, and a sharp increase in demand caused by COVID-19 are accelerating the idea of doing more with less. This is serving as a catalyst for the warehouses to adopt and implement automation technology, to shift and adapt to the new norm and still remain attractive. Warehouses can start off by integrating warehouse management softwares that can aid warehouses reduce their operating expenses by cutting labor and maximize space. In addition, this software enables warehouses to take control of their inventory. Thus, it becomes easier to perform cycle counts, track shipments, and monitor expiration dates, among other things. They also offer tools to optimize receiving, picking, packing, and shipping duties. Furthermore, it improves inventory visibility, which utilizes advanced tracking systems, including radio frequency identification, automatic identification, data capture, and barcode scanners to make sure that goods can be found easily when they are needed to be moved, therefore keeping the inventory organized. Moving on, to remain attractive, warehouses can also utilize robots to perform repetitive warehouse duties that have been deemed too dangerous for staff due to COVID-19. First and foremost, warehouses can utilize autonomous cleaning robots. With the help of chemical sprayers and ultraviolet light, these robots sanitize spaces and eliminate the threat of COVID-19. Therefore, extensive manual cleansing of warehouses is redundant, as these robots are taking over to ensure optimal sanitation. Next in line are the goods-to-person robots. Taking the form of programmable carts, these robots move inventory to packing employees and picking stations. In the context of this pandemic, this technology helps get jobs done with fewer workers and consequently decreases the potential of COVID-19 spread. Last on the list are robotic pickers. With the use of artificial technology such as computer vision and grasping technology that enables them to better access a wide variety of objects in front of them, as well as grasp items with a correct force and grip, picking and packing of items can be conducted at great speed and accuracy with success, hence leading to fewer humans working at the conveyor belt and less opportunity for the transmission of COVID-19. These robots are able to move about anywhere in a warehouse by navigating with built-in sensor and laser scanners, retrieving goods and bringing them to people, therefore working in collaboration with people. In addition, they can adjust to new layouts and patterns easily, hence making them highly flexible. Therefore, replacing non-value added movement with automation and robotics can speed up processes and make them more efficient.
Demand for shipping service is derived demand and is directly influenced by international trades. At the same time, China is also the largest exporter in the world and one of the major container shipping lines. When COVID-19 pandemic hit China, China was not able to resume normal trade as there were shortages of workers at the ports to move the containers around due to a national lockdown. This is why there was a sharp decrease in cargo throughput in Singapore ports from January to February. From February to March, there was a sharp increase of containers handled by Singapore ports due to rise in demands of necessities. This is because during that period, Singapore announced that it is going into a national lockdown. Hence, Singaporean citizens panicked and stocked up their shelves with food and even toilet paper. To ensure that supply would not run out, Singapore had to order more food products and other necessities from overseas, thus seeing an increase in quantity of goods handled. At the same time, online shopping platforms such as Taobao and QO10 would commence delivery again after delays in delivery that were ordered in mid-January by customers in Singapore due to work from home measures. Hence, there is an increase in quantity of goods handled.
When Singapore went into lockdown from March onwards, manufacturing production had to either shut down or operate at a much smaller capacity due to the COVID-19 measures. Hence, exports and imports of the manufactured product and raw materials respectively will be greatly reduced since the manufacturing sector contributes to the most to Singapore's GDP, gross domestic product. During the pandemic, most manual warehouses in the ports either became obsolete or are not able to work at full capacity due to the COVID-19 measures. This is because manual warehouses mostly relied on manpower. During the lockdown, workers at the ports are forced to work in smaller groups, adopting the shift schedule format. Hence, ports are not able to handle goods at maximum capacity. This also played a role in the decrease in quantity of goods handled. There was a gradual increase in the quantity of goods handled by Singapore ports as many countries lifted lockdown restrictions, allowing factory productions, retail business, and e-commerce to slowly go back to pre-COVID levels, thus changing the quantity of goods handled by Singapore during the coronavirus period from the beginning where the pandemic has peaked towards the end where it has significantly slowed down in Singapore.